Hello, everybody, and welcome to Behavior Bites. My name is Brad.
And I am Mike. All right, today we're tackling a subject that has potential to be just a wee bit controversial. What are we talking about, Brad?
All right, guys, we're going to be laying the groundwork today for a topic that teachers have been asking us about for a long time, and that's check-in, check-out. All right, we're going to be kind of dipping our toe into this throughout this season. So today, we want to talk about some of the common language that we hear that's associated with check-in, check-out, and it's this. Mike, here's your question. Be safe, be respectful, be responsible. Are those terms problematic, Mike?
No. Okay. But here's sort of the hot take on that a little bit, though. I like that language for school-wide expectations. I like seeing them on posters when I'm in schools.
Yep.
I think it's a great thing to build your school-wide culture around safety and respect and responsibility. I think they're fantastic.
Yep.
What I don't love is when those alone are used for goals.
Right.
And that would be on goal sheets or on check-in and check-out sheets or even positive reinforcement plans. They're just too generalized for me to use and to really get a understanding of what it is that I expect out of the student. And it's really hard to use those goals to shape specific behaviors.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so-
And what Mike's talking about here, you guys, is that they're a lot of times those terms can end up being very generic, right? And when I talk about generic, Mike, have you ever asked a second grader what it means to be responsible?
I have, in fact.
And what do you get?
It would be something like, I need to brush my teeth and feed my goldfish. Or like,
Yeah, right.
that's my second grader voice.
That was really good. As it relates to a school, a lot of times that's really hard for our younger students and some of our older students to really like understand, comprehend, and verbalize what it means to be responsible. And then look, guys, if you ask 7 teachers, what does it look like for a second grader to show responsibility? You might get 7 different answers from the adults. So look, man, if the adults can't even agree and the kid has no idea what it is, then what are we actually measuring, right? As the teacher, then what I'm basically doing is I'm basing my judgment on that goal sheet that you just handed me on however I'm feeling at the moment when I look at that goal sheet. And when I'm going off of my feelings, Mike, how objective is that?
High likelihood that that's not objective at all.
Right.
Right. So here I'm going to share a couple examples of more specific type of goals that we can use, but still kind of fit within that realm a little bit. I like specific. If we can set specific goals, it helps us do a better job of shaping behaviors. That's just the facts. All right, so here would be an example. If you are a kid that runs out of the room a lot, elopement type things, a good goal would be stay in your assigned area.
Yeah.
Very measurable. You can observe it. You can time it. You can gather a lot of specific data around that very specific behavior. So physical aggression. If you're a student that shows a lot of physical aggression, keeping your hands and feet to yourself. Measurable, easily explainable to the kids, and pretty universally understood by all the adults that are involved with it. Swearing or using cruel language or something like that. Using kind words. Again, you can specifically recognize it when it happens. You can measure it. You can, track how often that is being done. I really like those types of goals quite a bit. So,
Guys, we are not saying get rid of safe, respectful, and responsible. They're fantastic. What we are saying is let's take that existing framework, right? Let's make it more precise, more individualized, more transferable. And I want to use Mike's examples to illustrate that, right? You say, we expect you to be safe in school. Yeah, sounds great, okay? Now, Mike, our boy Mike, he's a bit of a hitter, right? And so on his goal, it's going to say safe underneath that, and it's going to say hands and feet to self. You got Brad. I also expect Brad to be safe. The way that Brad is unsafe is he is a runner. He runs out of the classroom and runs amok, that sort of a thing. So under safe on his goal sheet, it's going to say stay in assigned area. And the key word here, Mike, is that precise, individualized, transferable.
I want to try one.
Okay.
So under the category of responsible, maybe something like, brings all of your materials to class.
Yeah.
That would fit under the responsible thing. I like this entire concept of finding those specific goals that fit underneath the umbrella of our school-wide expectations of being safe, being responsible, and being respectful. If we're precise and specific, it eliminates miscommunication, it eliminates confusion, and it just keeps everybody on track. We can just move things along a lot faster when we're precise with the language we use for our goals.
Gang, we are going to off and on throughout this season tackle different aspects of check in, check out. It's here. It's great when it's done right. And we recommend doing it. But that's the thing. Let's make sure that we're doing things right so it's effective. In the meantime, gang, go forth and do good things.